defeat could be disastrous for either of them.
See Magnus Carlsen sitting down in his very sharp-looking secret lab chair. Oh, and looking off. There he is. What do you think he's feeling right now, Jovanka, after another loss?
Well,
the white pieces.
I think that he will recover from his loss pretty
Yeah, he's usually
easily.
very good at that,
yeah,
right?
and Henrik, during the interview that we did, the chess talks, told me that whenever he was struggling as a child, he was always saying, "No, don't worry, Papa, you know, next game, it's the next game that counts."
Wow.
And so he'd always had this forward-looking ability. So I think Magnus will, maybe he might be a bit frustrated, but as soon as he sits down and picks up the mouse and makes his move, it will be all over. Everything's forgotten and it's a new game.
Okay, and here we go.
Here we go, some very quick moves at the beginning. Ding nearly always opens the game in this way. He always starts with his queen's pawn. He loves to hit the white light squared bishop on what we call a fianchetto on this square, actually on the longest possible diagonal. And Magnus is kind of playing copycat, just erecting a very strong pawn center there. And now both sides will just castle their kings over the next couple of moves, get those to safety, and again, a battle for the center of the board. I've actually had this exact position as black against Ding myself, and Magnus has experimented with this type of opening with white lately, but also very experienced from the black side. And now a completely symmetrical position. Everything was balanced until this point. It's still complete symmetry. It's copycat game. And yeah, right now, a big question for Ding. What to do next? How to stop Magnus from copying his moves? It's the most frustrating thing in chess. When I first learnt the game, I remember all of my opponents, they would just copy every single move I played, and somehow I didn't know how to punish them. And that is happening now. It's quite rare, I must say, but okay, it's also rare to see two dings. Two dings are better than one, but there we go. Magnus is back. And actually, the position is about to repeat itself. I hope we're not going to see a quick draw at this early stage. Magnus now deciding whether to put his knight in the center of the board or whether to try a different strategy. So right there, okay, this is the second time we've seen this position. Ooh. Ding last time brought the white knight out, the black knight retreated. Okay, will we see white retreat his knight? The game's over, guys. What? Anticlimax. It's a quick draw.
I'm surprised. These two playing a quick draw?
It is a little bit surprising, especially when you take into account the standings.
Yeah.
I mean, they're round the danger zones when it comes to the qualifying spots. But maybe they thought, hang on a second, let's focus on the other games.
Yeah.
And Magnus will be facing Dudar next.
I'm surprised.
So I think somebody needs to explain what just happened.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Yeah,
what just happened?
So in chess, there's a rule. If the position repeats itself 3 times, the game is declared a draw. And the players, they just repeated the moves very quickly. It was not forced. It was not obligatory. They could have varied. They could have gone for something different, especially Ding. There's pressure on the white player. It's kind of, you're honor bound with white to at least try something, to put some, to try and create a game. But Ding just went straight for the draw, and Magnus said, okay, maybe coming off the back of that difficult defeat earlier, he just went for it as well. But to see a repetition of the position that early is so rare in chess, especially two players with a reputation for being fighters, especially with this new tournament format. We're kind of valuing wins so much more than draws, and they're risking their position. The draw's an okay result for both, but not a good one. And I'm just disappointed. I wanted to see a game between them.
This is going to affect the fighting chess index for these two players.
It certainly will.
Yeah.
I mean,